Hello and welcome back to my craft room. Well, it's early. I've had my shower, got my coffee, and the postman's been. So this is ScrawlrBox number 100, and it's here in really good time. It's only the 16th of December, which is actually early. And box number 100 obviously is a special one, and they've been hinting that it's going to be an extra special box. So I'm even more excited than usual to get in here. It's not especially, I feel a big lump in there somewhere. It's not especially heavy or bulging at the seams or anything. You can't tell anything from the outside. I've been looking forward to this. And with all the Christmas post and everything, I thought, I bet we won't get that till after Christmas or something, but no. So for anyone that doesn't know, ScrawlrBox is a monthly art subscription box. So it's a complete mystery what you're going to get. You've no idea what's inside here until you open it, unless you've managed to see some spoilers online. And but they're all curated to work together nicely, and they always give lots of challenges and things to get your creative cogs turning. So whether you're like a complete beginner, there will always be enough in there to get creative with what's in the box. So everything you need in there. But if you're, a seasoned art and crafting addict like myself with a room full of stuff already, it's still fun. Even if you get supplies you've already got, they get you trying them in different ways, mixed with other supplies you might not have tried them with before. So Scrawler Day is always a good day in my books. If you are thinking of subscribing to ScrawlrBox, whether for yourself or as a gift for a friend, still time for it as a last minute Christmas gift. If you use the link that I'll put in the description box, you'll get £3 off the first box, so it's worth having, and I will get £3 worth of Scrawler points. I think it's £3 worth of Scrawler points that you get, and they all add up. So don't forget, you can do that as well if you're a subscriber to ScrawlrBox. You can do that too. You can get the referral link and start building up your points. And when you get an email through saying please review your last box, I think they give you an extra 20 points for doing that as well. So it's worth doing all these things, and also worth following them on Instagram, because they do lots of giveaways. They do a big giveaway each month based on what was in the box, and so, and they do a live stream now, but I always miss it because it's just a difficult time for me. Anyway, let's shut up waffling, Ellie, and let's get in and find out what's in the box, for goodness sake. Here we go. Very excited. Okay. Put the rip strip on the bottom. And open it up and find out what's this. Oh, my heart's going. Butterflies. Oh, interesting size of paper. So this is the package with the main event in. We can see a little pen has escaped there, a little metallic gel pen by the look of it. I'm going to put that to one side for a minute so as not to spoil my surprise too soon. So we've got watercolour paper in a little A6 format. It looks like it wants to be creased better, doesn't it? See what I mean? It's quite nice to have these little posters. I always struggle with the paper size because there's always some kind of substrate. Usually it's a paper pad of some kind, appropriate for the materials, for the supplies that we're going to use. But yeah, there'll always be something to work on. So literally everything you need is in here. But I always struggle with working on the small size. Obviously, it's normally like an A5 because of the size of the box. Having said that, these are quite nice for making into cards, greetings cards. Oh, they've got postcards printed on the back. Mind you, I wouldn't want to just send it through the post like that, because not if it's watercolour, because if it gets wet it's going to get ruined. But still, it's a nice idea. But I'd probably mount them onto a proper card and put them in an envelope, or just put them in an envelope like this. You always get a Scrawler zine. I'm not going to look at that just yet because it will tell me exactly what's in there, but that's looking distinctly watercolour-y, isn't it? Oh, look at the featured artwork. So there's always a featured artist, and either the box has been inspired by them, or they've been inspired by the box, but they kind of go together well. This is interesting, isn't it? I love the fine line work mixed with the watercolour-y effect. I'm dying to see what's in here. Lovely piece that, isn't it? Look. Let's have a look at the, I hope I don't spoil my surprise. Clarissa Grandi, geometric artist, geometric multimedia artworks. There'll be more about her in the zine. Let's put all of that to one side, get the box out of the way, and let's get into the main event. Oh look, you always get a sweetie, and look, because it's nearly Christmas, we got chocolate penny. I love chocolate pennies, they really make me feel Christmassy. Ooh. Okay, lifting these things out and getting the annoying tissue out the way. I will keep the tissue in my use, of course. Oh look, this is the little special something, isn't it? Oh look, so they do these Scrawler pins. Have I got well, I got a Scrawler pin and put it on my Scrawler pencil case. But each month you get a sticker. So this is kind of their part of their logo, and taken from the featured artwork. So this is very much this just iconically ScrawlrBox, and it's got number 100 there, and it's all in gold. Oh lovely, that's a really nice little special something, isn't it? I've been subscribed to Scrawler for over 5 years now, and yeah, seen them sort of evolve, grow over the years. And at one point I was thinking of stopping my subscription because I thought, oh, you've already got so many art supplies, but I just couldn't bring myself to stop. Okay. Oh, and the other thing I didn't mention is how much it is. So, no, I'll do that at the end when we have a look at what's in here. We've got golden penny, we've got a gold badge. So we've got a Uniball Signo. Now I loved it. A Uniball Signo white pen is my favourite, especially the broad. I've got Uniball Signo broad here. Is this different? I don't know. It looks different, doesn't it? Metallic pens are always lovely. I love this little vellum envelope. Really nice. Gorgeous sticker. I've got so many stickers. They tend to get stuck on the front of art journals and things. So we've got a Derwent paint set, which we've had a couple of these before in different Scrawler boxes. But there are so many different ones they do. Oh, tinted charcoal paint pan set. How interesting. I've never seen this. I didn't even know they did it. Maybe this would be good for the people who hate charcoal, can't stand to touch charcoal. They can use this because you haven't got to touch it. That's what I did with the pastels we got in last month's kit. Oh, lovely. And it comes with, I think these Derwent paint pans always do, comes with one of these water pens. So you can carry everything you need around in this little pan, and even a little sponge to wipe off your brush on. So we've got a nice range of colours: dark mossed, forest pine, driftwood, mountain blue, ocean deep, thistle, glowing embers, burnt earth, natural, dark and white. That sounds like an interesting colour palette. I'm going to go and fill up this water brush, get a little pot of water as well. Actually, I've got some there. I'll just use that, save me going off anywhere. And then when I've done this, we'll have a quick flick through the zine as well. Let's just spritz some more to get them going. So this one's dark moss. Oh, lovely. And this one is forest pine. I think they'll be better when they've had time to sort of soak a little bit. Usually fine with watercolours, especially, I think especially the first time you use them. Cool. These are lovely. And this one's driftwood. It's a bit more going towards blue. Oh no, that's quite dark. Okay, I'm going to go quiet now and just swatch through these because it might take me a little while. Just trying the white over the top now to see. Yeah, and I think layered up, that would lay over the top of the darker colours, which is really interesting. It's a subdued palette, but it's going to be really interesting to work with. So although they're kind of all, as they say, tinted, do they call it tinted charcoal? It's a little bit like those graphic tint paints, isn't it? I love the way, I think they're all doing it to some extent. I love the way they break up and granulate. I haven't tried mixing any of them together and things like that yet. I think we're going to be able to get all sorts of interesting effects with these. So you've got these kind of greens, sort of 3 shades of green. That's called driftwood. It's kind of green going into brown, I think, really. And then you've got this bluey one, another sort of deep, dark bluey one, a purpley one. These different shades of interesting browns there. And then the one that's just called natural, which I guess is just like charcoal. And then a really dark one. I love the way that one's breaking up there. I think these are going to be so nice to use. I'm dying to see what they do. Wet in wet and all that kind of thing. And this one, I put the white down and then I mix it with some of the green to see what would happen. So I think mixing the white with any of these is going to make them a bit more opaque and kind of pastel-y looking, obviously. And I think the idea of having this gold with them, and I guess that's what the artist has done here. Yeah, I reckon she's used another fine liner to get all these kind of crossed lines, and then there's gold to pick up some of the line work. You always have to bear in mind that, oh yeah, now I know what we've got. I can see there's that lovely purpley one and the bluey one. And they always say that the artist might not only use what's in the box. And to be fair, I don't worry about only using what's in the box. If there's another supplier I can dig out of my stash, which will make this all more fun and more usable for me, then I will do that. I will also use a bigger bit of paper if I want to. Sometimes I experiment with cutting them out and doing little 3D things and sticking them all together into a concertina book, all sorts of things to make them more usable. So I'm very, very happy with that. I always love these Derwent paint palettes. I've got several of them. A couple of which at least have come in the ScrawlrBoxes. They're so, you know, you just the fact that you can take the brush apart and everything fits in there is really handy. So let's have a look in the zine. I think if we have a look in the zine, then I'm going to go. Hopefully these will be dry by then, so not far off. And I can try the gold pen over the top. Our 100th box, and to celebrate we're including this exclusive Scrawler pin only for our subscribers. So this just gives you a brief overview of what's in these supplies. If you want to, you can scan this QR code and it will give you more information and all the individual prices of the separate items. I don't ever bother doing that. I don't. To me, the value of the box, I always feel like I'm getting good value, but the value of the box isn't necessarily in what all the items would have added up to had you gone online and bought them separately, because I wouldn't have thought to go online and buy them separately. And it's, you know, like I always say, there's an intrinsic value in the box having been curated for you and all of the support that goes with it, all the challenges and things. So, but you can look that up if you're interested. Here's Clarissa Grundy. Whole interview with her. Look at these pieces. I love these. I love this kind of thing. I love doing mandala kind of things, and I think that's where I might be going with this. We'll see what the challenge is in a minute. And then you always get a couple, I think they do a couple of pages these days, yeah, of scrawler tips and tips from the artist. Yeah, they're talking about these paints react differently with water. The pigment is made up with charcoal. Yeah, you get some lovely granulated effects. Yeah, I'm dying to try all these different ways of using them. And not like regular watercolours, you may need a little more patience in waking them up. Well, I've already discovered that. I think when I come to do my challenge piece, I will spritz these a good few minutes ahead and let them soak in a bit, and then I'll spritz them again and start agitating them. Make it pop. The white paint isn't like regular watercolour, it's slightly more opaque. So you can use it on top of the darker tones. Again, as I've already discovered, that bit there is where I used it over the top. Oh, you can also use the pans to fill your brush with to create a paint pen. How do you get it into the pen though? I don't understand. I don't know how you would do that. I can see that if you can get it in there, it would work very nicely as a paint pen, but I don't understand how you get it in there. Am I being thick? I actually have to use like a dropper or something. Shave off the blocks to form a charcoal powder. Save it to activate separate as a watercolour. Paint on with a dry fluffy brush to use a soft background. Interesting. So presumably then I can, as with most watercolour palettes, I can take these out. Whoops, there we go. So you can take them out, shave a little bit off to create a pigment powder. Never thought of doing that. Artist's advice. Just talking about how she created this piece here, so I'll have a good old look at that later. See if I can kind of emulate that. Creating blooms, I love doing that. Ooh, she's done that with the tea bag. This bit here. Nice idea. Oh, I might try that. Using the Sigma gold pen with water. Ah yes, I do that. If you're a regular viewer, you might have seen my dragonfly painting just recently, and I did exactly that. I used I think it was this pen I used, and then yeah, you can blend it out with water and it's a really nice effect. Once it's dry it'll stay put, but you know, while it's still wet you can move it around. And this is one of my favourite bits, the Scrawler Gallery. I always love this and love to see who is in there that I know. I can't remember what I did for this one now. So it was Loose Leaf was the challenge, and it was these crystalline watercolours from Jackman's. Jennifer Edwards, recognise that name. Oh, there's a different arty farty there. Very pretty. Having lots of fun with it there. Colour Cave. I like the idea of incorporating some wordage there. See, clearly, you know, that's using some other supplies that aren't in the box, but Scrawler don't mind that, and I don't think it's cheating. I think it's just... Oh, it's Carmel! Well done, Carmel. That's beautiful. Always love when I see one of my friends in there. Carmel's one of our Inspired By collaborators. Beautiful. And then over the page will be the top 3. Oh, love this. Wow, that's really different. Rachel Rimmer. Oh, she's gone really 3D there. Put it in a box frame, created these petals. They were amazing things, and I coloured fabric with them, and I'm stitching into it now. And for some of my swap squares, you can do an awful lot with these things, and a tiny bit goes a very long way. Mel Fallon, beautiful. Look at these. It's using them in 3 very different ways, isn't it? Look at this gorgeous flower, Lily Heidi. I like that they feature the 3 top picks. I think that's a relatively new thing they do. I think it's really nice. And last page, there's always a little article which in some way relates to what's in the box, and this is obviously relating to the featured artist's geometric art. Oh, and I put this quote, this is one of my favourite quotes: the object of art is to give life a shape. And I love that. I love that saying. I've got that written in a few of my art journals. Oh, so the Scrawler challenge is tessellate. Cylinder shape. This month's box is inspired by the mathematical musings of our featured artist, combining creativity and geometric constellations into one world. Use your supplies to connect the dots and experiment with radial balance, even if that means breaking the rules to form your own intricate overlapping waves and lines to pave together your scrawler challenge. There's a lot of words in there I need to break down. That's one to get our teeth into, isn't it? For sure. I do love the idea, that combination of these kind of free-flowing, granulating, slightly unpredictable paints with the geometric precision is really appealing to me. I love that. Okay, so all that remains for this video is for me to see how these are drying up. So they dry up with a slightly chalky looking finish, which isn't surprising because they're charcoal. I really like that. I think I'm going to have a lot of fun mixing them together, doing them wet in wet, spritzing them. I think there are a lot of different things to try with these. I want to know if the pen will work over the top of them, because as it is a bit chalky, I'm concerned that it won't like it. I love these pens. Okay, straight out the... Oh, that's working absolutely beautifully straight away. If I can get it to... there we go, you can see a glint of the gold there. That's very nice. And solid bit. Solid and block of the colour, and then you can activate it. Now let's just see. Let's go over this really dark one here. See how it goes over the top. Whoa, look at that. Now that shows up really nicely. It's gone beautifully over the top of that darker colour. And if there was any problem with it because of the slight chalkiness with the pen, I would just, every so often, I'd just scribble it off at the side to clean the nib off a little bit just to make sure. But that is going to be a lot of fun. I might just go the mandala route. But yeah, these are, like, now I come to think of it, they are kind of tessellating shapes, aren't they? Oh, thinking cap needs to go on. Those cogs will be turning over for a few days, and then I'll be back to have a go at the challenge. I'm quite excited about this box. It's definitely going to be a challenge. It's going to be something a bit different. I'm so happy with that little golden pin. I think that's really special to have that. And these definitely are supplies I've never tried before. So I think the nearest is the tint ones, and I think Derwent also do a graphic tint palette, but these are different. I mean, they're charcoal, aren't they? So yeah, it's a new supply to learn about, and that's always fun. And love the idea of using the gold pen with it. My head's already going. It's already part of my brain's already wandering around having a think. So I will be back in a few days because we've got Christmas coming up soon, haven't we? Let me know what you think about the box. Have you if you've got this box, are you happy with it? What do you think about it? Have you got any ideas for how you're going to use it, or do you hate it? You can't love every single box. There have been the odd boxes where it's been a bit like for me, because it usually comes down to colour and stuff for me. I don't know. And I'm not too good with alcohol markers, but you know, we've all got our favourites, and it's good to make you try doing something a bit different as well. You might not have thought to go out and get for yourself. So that's it from me. Don't forget, if you're in our Discord community, we've got the quiz tonight. So it's the 16th of December. Tom and I will be live from here in my craft room from 8 PM UK time. The quiz will take about an hour, but with all the waffle in between, it will probably be longer than that, of course. It's only open to our Discord members, this one. It's all about the people that are in there and all of the fun stuff that we do in there. But you can join anytime. It's all free. I'll put my link tree in the description box so that you can find your way to there, and also to the Arty Farty Annie group on Facebook. It's all full of stitchery swaps at the moment, but all sorts of things going on in there. You can share any creative hobbies and ideas and inspiration in there, or just, you know, meet up with kindred souls, which is kind of what it's all about, I think, really. Okay, I'm going to stop waffling now, and I need to go and get dressed properly. And get ready for the quiz. Woohoo! Okay, thanks very much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed that, and I will see you again really soon. Bye.